it is the elements of art that will help anyone to have success in doing the art. So I usually post it up so it's very clear, the words are there. When I'm teaching, I use the vocabulary continually so that they will hear and be reinforced. I'd like to call your attention to the board. And come over this way and I'll show you this. This is something that I post for almost every creative movement class that I teach, or creative dance. I use dance and movement interchangeably, however I want, and I explain that to the children. And, you know, this we'll get into later, but imagination and focus, po'okela is the Hawaiian word for excellence. So I always bring their attention to this. But what I'd like you folks to think about today, as we do this brief warm-up exercise, are these: body, energy, space, and time. These, for some people, are considered to be the main elements of dance. Now, we have another olelo no ia, or wise saying in Hawaiian. Aohe pau ka ike makahalau ho'okahi. It means not all knowledge is taught in one school. And there are many schools of beliefs. There are probably dancers all over the world who would tell you, no, 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 dance is really this and it's really that. But there's a large group that go, yeah, that works. These are really important parts of dance. So with the body, twisting, bending, curving, straight, different ways of shaping the body. And then traditionally, if you were to initially go in and try to get children to dance, they'll usually just use their hands or their arms to move, and they'll think that's dancing because they're used to that. They move their arms and hands all the time. They don't really do things with their hips or their shoulders so much. So those are like, oh, you have to encourage them and model that and bring that out for them. But that is what creates this. To me, these are the tools that help a child to arrive at this creativity. If I want them to arrive there, I have to help them to understand these, to be able to say them, do them, recognize them. So that's my goal, and that's why I put it up here, so I can reinforce it visually and I can say it a lot. So the body is the what, the energy is the how, and it is the more technical one. What does it mean to be heavy as opposed to be light? A lot of children, when you ask them, well, what do you think? Was that heavy or light? Half the class will go, that was heavy, and the other will, no, that was light. So it is this is one that if you lock a bunch of dancers in a room and give them coffee, they could talk all day about energy. Okay. What is it? What does it mean? And so forth. But you can see there's a lot of opposites, and it's quite a concept to be explored. Time is a much more straightforward concept. You're going fast or you're going slow, or maybe you're going in between. Freeze is your tool. For me, that is your real classroom management tool, to be able to freeze. And then steady beat, we just did that, right? And of course, if you speak to a musician about time, they'll add a lot of words to this. Duration, and I'm not sure what they are because I don't study that exactly. But these are my main ones that I use. And space is one that is critical for me in dance for the children to understand. And it starts with level. High, middle, and low. Directions, forward, back, and side. Are you going to be working in one spot, which is what I call stationary, or will you be moving through space? And that is also critical. You can say that to the child many times, to the group of children. We're going to do this staying in one spot. But once they start moving, oh, and they go, wait, freeze. Now we're going to stay in one spot for this one. And then usually I graduate them to the next part. So space is something. As we do this little warm-up activity, I'd like you to keep these things in mind and just try to begin to see where are you doing them and how are you experiencing them. Okay? All right.